what's up, Fiends? That's right, this one's for you, Fiend Club. It's for everybody, but the band I'm covering comes from the Danzig, Samhain, and Misfits family, so here we go. They are called Mourning Noise and include Mr. Steve Zing from OG Samhain and Danzig for many years. And an important historical fact is that they actually began in the early 80s in none other than Lodi, New Jersey, the birthplace to the Misfits, of course. Now, since all the well-known projects from this family tree more or less share strong similarities musically, that's not at all to say they're indistinguishable. Hell no. To help illustrate my point, let's even include Doyle's lead singer's other band, Cancer Slug, with Wolfman Alec's story. Many times their guitar tones and drums differ pretty noticeably from the Misfits, whose tones differ from Doyle's stuff, which sounds different than Samhain, which sounds different from Danzig. Mourning Noise? No exception in that of the bands listed so far, yes, they have their own particular sound, but what I'm ultimately trying to get across here is very simple. If you like the Misfits' blood, you should also love Mourning Noise. I'll describe them a little more intricately in a second, but I also want to make something else very clear too. You know what? I take that back, man. Fuck that. When was the last time you ever heard somebody say they were gonna make something clear and it wasn't just a total dickheaded thing that came out of their mouth right after, you know? So yeah, scratch that. I wish to highlight, there we go. It's not necessary to be a Danzig, Cancer Slug, or Misfits, etc. fan to enjoy these guys. Do you like fun, upbeat music that still qualifies unquestionably as heavy rock, but like actual forefather-based rock like Sabbath and not indie type stuff? Well, if so, if you like bands like Van Halen or Motley Crue or G.G. Allin or Bad Luck 13, obviously Final Gasp, or yes, even Bathtub Shitter, then I know you'll be able to find songs on this year's Screams and Dreams that you love. Hell, I love the whole album, but off the top of my head, Sin's probably my favorite, and then We Want You Dead, and then Empty Streets, which, a note on that song, this helps with Mourning Noise's description. That song reminds me of something else Zing has his hands on, and it's his other band, Black 29. And the reason I say that is because it's got this pretty rockin' piano somewhere in the mix that also shows up pretty frequently in 29's music. So hey, ever wondered what Rolling Stones might sound like if you asked them to go heavier? Probably Black 29. See, this is what I mean about the commonalities of the Misfits lineage. They're all unmistakably related, but have different looking faces for sure, or different sounding voices, let's say. But overall, Mourning Noise is very melodic, very easily listenable and catchy and varied too. Compare their two most recent videos, for example. The title track of Screams and Dreams is a sort of mid-paced, slightly dramatic type of thing, maybe even mildly emotionally driven with this subtle piano at times that, believe it or not, it adds to the heaviness. It reminds you a lot of how the one on How the Gods Kill was used. I can't help but think this could be a favorite of gothy type teenagers, but like the fiend types, not the industrial kind. And they're driving around and the song's getting in their head and they're thinking their life is exactly like what's being described in it, you know, kind of turbulent, even though their life is perfectly fine. Ooh, you know what? I'm planning on saying something else in a sec that might contradict that, but just stay with me. But no doubt the Scream track's one that gets stuck in your head. Now, the other video, Black Cadillac, that opens up the album could perhaps maybe due ultimately to the way their singer, Robbie Bloodshed, sings, reminds you a little of American Nightmare, the Misfits song, not the band, who was awesome, by the way. What's up, Gemmer? I bet you might have liked those guys back in the day. But it's not emotional like Screams is. It's more driven and even sort of spooky sounding, but not like in a scary way, if that makes sense. Now, on to my favorite on the album, Sin. Sin is one of those very dramatic sounding songs, which is weird for me to say, because I gotta be honest, as somebody whose mood is extremely easily influenced by music, as much as I hate to admit, I try to avoid stuff that makes me feel sad. And this is not to say the lyrics of the song are sad, it's quite the opposite actually, because you could argue it's a love song, but the melody sounds kind of sad, but it is an extremely powerful one and very, very hookish. All around, it's just a very heavy song melodically speaking, so I can't help but love it. Ah shit, you want something to parallel that to that also has Zing involved? I know there's something going on off the Love and Anger Black 29 album. Same thing I'm trying to express here. Sort of sad sounding song, but one that does describe an unfortunate situation. But whatever, man, fuck that, because music's still got really healing properties in a lot of cases. But I'd say that for as deep deep as some of those songs are, the overwhelming bulk of Mourning Noise's music is upbeat and fun. So hey, you know what? If you're down, you could definitely count on this band to bring it back up. Same way Misfits do it, same way Danzig can, as well as Abominator and As We Die, Doyle, and Cancer Slug. We Want You Dead, Kiss of Death, Island of Unknown, many instances on this album like that. So yeah, dude, I absolutely recommend this band. Listen to Mourning Noise, listen to Black 29. Steve Zing's an awesome dude, man, and I got to meet him, and he was the fucking man, so God bless him. And I hope to meet the rest of the guys in Mourning Noise, because they're a terrific band, and I'm thankful as hell to my buddy Raquel Figlo for turning me on to him. She rocks. Oh shit, I forgot to say that thing about the age. You know how you listen to some bands, and even if the music rocks, maybe it's the lyrics that just make you think like, this is juvenile, man. But yet others, it's the other way around. It's like there's a sort of maturity to it that makes you think like, this is some like pretty personal, introspective stuff. I get that feeling from Bloodshit's lyrics, but like I always say, what the hell do I know? So okay, Maniacs, that's what the hell I had to say. If you did like this video, cool, man, maybe you can give it a thumbs up. Or if you just like hearing somebody bullshit about heavy metal, then Mourning Noise your ass right through that subscribe button. And we'll see you next time on Concrete Spew, but until then, stay crazy, my friends.